one thing that's really one thing that's really exciting is we're also here with McKenna, who's a power Digio user. And that's probably the most exciting part about this webinar. She's going to go into kind of what she did, which is incredible with the product and all stuff you can apply to your business as well. Um, without further much ado, let's talk about just some Digio things. First of all, we want to welcome our newest customers. Thank you for joining us on this awesome journey. A lot of great customers that we live and breathe by. This is what kind of makes Digio special. We work with some amazing marketers that have very special needs, and our whole goal is to help them increase conversions on their site and make their lives better. We have a ton to share. We've launched a ton of new features. Then we're going to go into our roadmap, and then we're going to give it to McKenna here to talk through kind of her journey with Digio and all the amazing stuff that she's doing. And then we have a ton of chance to talk questions. We have Anna and Patrick in the Q&A. Feel free to ask any questions. There's no bad questions. It can be even unrelated to the webinar, random support questions that you have or ideas that you have. Feel free to ask any questions. Anna and Patrick are power users of Digio. They work with all of our customers and they've seen it all. So maybe try to stump them as well. So thank you, Anna and Patrick, for being there in the QA. We are also giving out 3 prizes worth $100 from our customers. And so Marissa's going to be there as well, handing out prizes during that time. And it's kind of a fun thing that we like to do. By the way, this is being recorded. Feel free to ask any questions in the QA, anything at all. And then we'd love it. We've got some really good responses from people that they love these product webinars. Product webinars to us are actually pretty new. We just started doing them about a year ago, and we've gotten some great feedback. But give us any feedback. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to see less of? Maybe you want to see me less as well. That's totally fine. Please give us that feedback. Negative feedback is great. Positive feedback is always great too. So we have a quick 3-question survey. That's everything to us. Even put feature requests in there. Doesn't really matter. We love that feedback. And then we're going to talk a lot about roadmap stuff. Some stuff we're going to put timelines on that I'm going to say, hey, this is out today. Some things, hey, it's going to be out 2 weeks. This is just a disclaimer here saying that, hey, we might not guarantee that 2-week timeline or that 4-week timeline that we have. So, of course, Q&A and things come back can delay things. All right. So quick product recap of something we launched. This is something I've wanted probably for 2 years now, and we kind of did variations of this. And we're seeing double-digit increases on things like spin to win, so where you can spin the entire pop-up and then you get a prize and you can kind of adjust the probability of it. However, now we just launched scratchers, kind of more gamification. So we're seeing a lot of people loving in terms of engagement rate on the spin to wins. We're like, hey, what more can we do around gamification? So we had things like also the slot machine that was really successful. And now we just launched scratchers. Now these are fun. You can actually have any type of image that gets scratched off. So you can even have like an on-brand image of your product or maybe your spokesperson, and then you can scratch it and you can adjust what the discount is, what the coupon code says. After they get it, they have to enter their email to get it. Obviously, that goes into your email marketing account. We also identify them. So there's so much things that happen behind the scenes on this as well. And so that's Scratchers right there. And check it out. It's part of our theme library. We're going to add more to this. If you have a gamification pop-up that you want to try out or you're excited to kind of share, we'd love to hear that. We love the conversion rate on these things. So if you're willing to try it out, let us know. We'd love to help you out and get it going. We also just launched our Yotpo reviews extension. So this allows you to display Yotpo reviews. So if you're using Yotpo reviews, you can actually put it in a pop-up. You can put in different campaigns. You can put it in email capture and then Yotpo reviews. You can create embedded forms with Yotpo reviews, like create like a Yotpo review wall. And this will always be current as well. It pulls directly from the Yotpo API. One thing that we've seen people do is put an exit intent pop-up, especially you combine that with our Shopify rules. So, hey, cart is empty or cart, there's an item in the cart, they're exiting without making a purchase, they're a first-time visitor, let's display a Yotpo review. Hey, by the way, you're leaving these top reviews, which is pretty fun and powerful. We're seeing that people use it also in embedded forms as well. So like on their homepage, here are all top reviews, and it's always refreshing the top reviews. This is big news from the marketing team. We work directly with Klaviyo. And we just launched this today. This is our revenue playbook. What I love about our play, and so we interacted with a bunch of agencies as well. So you're going to see a lot of agencies in here that contributed to this. And this isn't just here are some playbooks. These are actual examples. Here's exactly what I did step by step. These is real customers, exactly what I did step by step, and the results that they're seeing. So you can, this is free. We work with directly with Klaviyo as well as a bunch of Klaviyo agencies to write this book. It's been a massive process for our team. And these are real things and what revenue you should actually see. And I have some exciting things that you can do with this playbook towards the end of this webinar as well. But check it out. The link should be in the chat now. It's a free ebook. Download it and read it. It's a quick read. It's like a 20-minute read that you can flip through. All right, giveaway number one. Marissa's going to be kind of talking through it. We have three great customers. We, of course, have great garden plants. So summer is here. If you need to get planting something or you want to spruce up things in your backyard, check them out. Brambleberry, always great stuff. And Blender is great eyewear. So if you guys, we're going to pick a winner. We'll send you guys a gift card and hopefully you guys can enjoy one of these amazing companies' products. All right. Now, here's what I'm excited about. Our current betas. We just recently launched the Digioh Agent. If you don't have access to the agent in your account, ping us now. Put it in the chat. Anna and Patrick can turn on your account right now. And this is an incredible business intelligence tool right now. It connects to your Google Analytics data, and you have to do anything different. If you already have GA authenticated in your account, if you already have Klaviyo authenticated in your account, it's going to read that data. It's going to read all the Digioh data. Now, the biggest thing is no PI data and no training is done on your account and your data. So I just want to be, this is all SOC 2 Type 2 compliant, and we're not passing any PI data through our AI. This has been exciting to me. We've been working on this quite a bit behind the scenes, but it's all right in your account. So once we turn it on, you go into your Digioh account, you just click this button, and that's that agent. And it's pretty sweet what you can do with it. And it's ready for you to work with now. You may need to re-authenticate your Klaviyo account as well, because then it can read all your flow data as well and give you decisions based on Klaviyo data as well. So check this out. It's available right now. And I'm going to talk about all the different things you can do with it now and kind of what's exciting. So I've been personally using it behind the scenes for about 3 months now, and it's been an incredible resource in helping me find better campaigns. So feel free to ping us right now. We can turn it on. We're not charging for this during this beta. This is like what we call our read mode. And so it can access all of your data. You can ask it questions. It's just like using ChatGPT. You can ask follow-up questions. You could say, hey, this is not right. And my favorite thing, and I'll talk through we have some standard reports. You can build your own prompt with this as well. So we built some kind of out-of-the-box reports, but like you could figure out like what are my top opportunities to drive. You can even ask it, hey, look at my Digioh data, look at my GA data. Tell me what I should be asking you. You could talk to it like you talk to another human on your team. And so, we launched this, and what we found is that people just want some easy prompts. And so we kind of put together our best prompts. Now, if you have ideas for prompts, if you have an idea for a prompt, tell me. I would love to take your prompt and put it as a report as well, if you wanted that. So there's a lot you can do with it. I'm going to show you guys a few examples of these. Yeah, and again, SOC 2 compliant. Everything you do is going to stay inside your Digioh account. So it's all data that you control. And I can't preface this enough. With AI, we don't want any PI data leaking. That's a big part of this. And you approve every move. You're in control. All right, so here's a cool one where you can use, since it's connected to your GA data, you can actually just talk to GA. You don't even have to worry about Digioh. You can just talk to Google Analytics data, especially if you're using Shopify and your revenue data is automatically going into Google Analytics. You can actually just talk to your Google Analytics data. Hey, tell me what my top paying product is. This is pretty cool. I just did an account where you can say, hey, paid search is your top performing at scale. So it can go through and analyze all your Google Analytics data as well. It can tell you like what are the efficiencies in GA as well, like what your top performing campaigns are with Digioh or even outside of Digioh. So everyone's using Google Analytics, and we found that people actually just never log into Google Analytics, even though it's a great data repository. And this is an easy way to just get access and talk to your GA data. Uh, this is another cool report. It's a standard report that we built in, and it can figure. So because Digio, you can combine your Digio revenue, your Digio data with your GA data. It can figure out all sorts of fun things. So it can figure out your best quality. So I just ran this for another account, where it figures out the highest quality leads. In this case, it's kind of shows. Sometimes it shows us the things that we already know, hey, the quiz is actually outperforming anything else. So the goal should be to get more people to your quiz. But it also can figure out what kind of sucks, right? Like in this case, like the $25 off flat discount is the highest volume campaign in the account, but its revenue per recipient is actually really low. So maybe we need to change that up. And you could talk to this data then, like, what should I do? And so what's cool about our agent is we've also loaded it with all of our playbooks. We've added all our playbooks, our help docs. We also took a sample size of our customers and what their conversion rates are and put it into our agent as well. So it has all that data behind the scenes as well, along behind the scenes as well. So it's not just analyzing it from a general AI standpoint. It's analyzing from an AI e-commerce standpoint as well. This is another huge one, figuring out your best segments. So here's one that I found that was pretty funny. Paid social, biggest volume, but you're not actually targeting it that with Digio campaigns. So it's figuring out all the segments that you can target and what the eventual impact is as well. This is one thing I see time and time again is people spend a lot of time optimizing the first time visitor and getting that pop up, but they under optimize returning visitors. And that's one thing that makes Digio great is that we can actually target returning visitors with all of our native rules. And it kind of shows you that as well and kind of what you should do about that. So it's kind of exposing the things that we want to see and want to do as well. So this is kind of cool. Returning visitor under segmentation. We need to target those people. My favorite thing about this though is the estimated impact. How much is it even worth my time to see if to make these updates and changes? So that's kind of fun. And remember, it's leveraging past data as well in Google Analytics, and that's how it's coming up with that revenue data. A/B test recommendations. This is really fun. This one will tell you the estimated upside and the confidence level and what you should potentially test. It even goes through, let's say you're doing a quiz, it can tell you, hey, maybe we should remove the email gate or add another email gate potentially to it as well. Maybe try gamification as well. So definitely play around with the A/B test. Now, one thing that is coming soon is it's going to suggest A/B tests, and then eventually it's going to say, hey, create this A/B test. So duplicate the campaign and create that. So that's coming out soon, and we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. But step one for us is just getting the data, understanding the data, and showing what is possible with the data, and what can be better in terms of optimizing your revenue. This is brand new. We just launched with this agent last week. If you re-authenticate Klaviyo, we can actually go through your entire Klaviyo account and figure out all the gaps in Klaviyo as well. Now, what's really cool then is you can combine the Digio data with the Klaviyo data, which gets really exciting. So with the Klaviyo data, we can say, hey, you're with the quiz, you're getting all this zero price data. Let's trigger different flows based on that as well. Or what is your best highest converting segment that we could target back when they're back on the site? And then we also have our Shopify data. You also have to re-authenticate our Shopify app. We can also look at different things in Shopify. When our inventory levels dropping, and maybe we should promote a product of some sort. A lot of things that we can do with those two big pieces of data buckets. Other features on the AI agent that you should play around with. You could share conversations. Like a lot of times I'm talking to someone, I share with a team member, hey, continue this conversation, see what else you can find with it. So you can share it with your teammates. You guys can all see it together. So sub users have access to it as well. You can continue conversation. Maybe I had a conversation about, finding my segments, and I want to keep asking it questions. You can continue doing that, just like a chat GPT. One thing that's really cool is we just enabled the ability to attach files. So for example, you can, just that playbook that we launched, I actually would download that today and I would upload it right here and be like, hey, look at my entire Digio account with all my GA data and look at this playbook and tell me what I should do with it. Tell me what campaigns would be good based on what you're seeing in my Digio account and my GA data. What campaigns am I not running? Now, eventually we want to be able to create those automatically as well. But right now, let's just see what are the low lift areas that we can do. One thing I like to do is ask me, you can have it create a super prompt for you. So I actually linked my own super prompt here that you guys can leverage. But you can create a massive prompt of, hey, combine all the data sources that I have and tell me what I should do with my account. Now, you could do a ton with this as well. You could build custom charts. Maybe you want a custom chart into your Digio account that says, "Hey, give me a report on every Digio lead and that's coming in from maybe Meta or Instagram." You can build a custom report and throw that into your Digio account. You can have it write custom JS, write a custom HTML. You can go beyond what this traditional themes can do as well. So you can do a lot with the agent outside of these reports. You can also have it, hey, create something that I can present to my team for me, and maybe with all the data that's in Digio. Now, the agent can also help you with other Digio questions too. Tell me how my quiz is doing. I want to display this pop-up on exit. What are the display rules? So all the things that you do with Digio and you need help with, you can ask the agent as well. My pop-up isn't showing up. Help me change my progress bar. My integration is not working. Some fields are not being mapped. So all the things that you can do with regular help docs, you can actually just ask the agent as well. This is another cool one. The agent has access to the browser behind the scenes. So you can go into your site and analyze your entire site as well and be like, what else should I be doing on my site? It also has access to our playbooks. We're about to update it with our newest playbook as well, and has access to all of our help docs. All right, so coming next for Digio is our create mode, so ability to create campaigns. We're adding in more data sources like Meta. We want to be able to know what your CAC is on Digio as well, so you can ask Meta questions about your ad inventory. We want to do automated testing, and we want to do on-site personalization. So we know what visitor comes in, what they look like, and be able to do on-site personalization automatically. And so that is our goal. That is our 3 to 6 month roadmap right there on what's coming next for the Digio agent. And we're very excited about it. We would love as much feedback as possible on the agent. Hey, this report doesn't make sense. Let's update it. Or I need this report. We would love that. And currently, right now, what you guys will have access to is read mode only. So being able to read and talk to it, it doesn't really create anything yet. But that is coming very soon and very exciting. Thank you for bearing with me on the agent. I'm pumped about it. I'd love to hear your use cases as well. We have a new gift card coming. And so I think Marissa will come and find a winner here. And so hopefully we can do that. Of course, we launched a ton, customers love learning from other customers. We launched a brand new pop-up library. So many different pop-ups that we've launched. So check it out. We're going to add the links in the chat here. We took a repository. Time and time you're here again is I want to know what other customers are doing and what I can do with my brand. So all of this, we created a new pop-up library for this, and we also created a quiz library too. I just want to highlight these actually specific use cases. These are probably my favorite. Notori's doing a great job on exit. If we identify them, we actually show a timer. So if we already know them, we already got their email and they're exiting, instead of asking for their email address again, since we already know them, let's give a timer, a countdown timer to check out now to get that coupon code. Create that urgency. This is a great zero party data pop-up. This like segments them. So we can find out, are they a beginner, intermediate, or advanced? And based on that, we can actually redirect them to a different PDP page on what they need. We also capture that data and we can target based on that data as well. Either on their site, when they come back to the site with the banner, hey, beginner, start here. Or we can actually pass that into a Google Analytics audience segment as well. And so now you can retarget them all across the web based on that data. Merit is such a cool brand, and to them, skin tone is everything. And like instead of just asking them like, "Hey, what is your skin tone?" We actually show the skin tone, and that's where like our image-based buttons are really cool and really flexible. And then this is one of my favorite ones where if they take a quiz, and this in this specific case, this is a bra quiz where fit is everything. We actually, if they take the quiz, we remember that on every single other visit, and we'll show that size on the PDP page. We'll just inject it in via jQuery. And what's cool about this is if they haven't taken the quiz, we'll say, take the quiz to get your perfect fit. So those are some really cool examples. And we have 50 plus examples on here. Marissa's constantly adding new examples. And if you want to see you guys on here, we'd love to feature you guys as well. All right, now I'm going to hand it over to Turner here to talk about the next beta around identification.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Thanks, Rishi. I'm Turner. I'm head of product here. This is gonna be a tough act to follow. I see all the excitement in the chat about the agent. And the agent is huge, so definitely, again, I'd shout out if you want access, please put it in the chat, and we will get it enabled for you later today. What I'm going to go through is identification and some of the new things rolling out from a beta perspective and really where we're going and why we're building this. But before I dive into where we're going, I do want to sort of reintroduce Digio's current identification solution and the new naming convention that we're rolling out for it called Passport Recognize. So if you've ever been in the platform, which I'm sure everyone on the call has, you've seen the terminology identification. You've been talking to someone on the team and they've mentioned the word passport. That has been core Digio identification for the last couple of years. And we're rebranding that as Recognize. That's the first piece of this process or this tiered phase, the phasing approach for building out. And it's included in all plans. So everyone, you already have access to this. But this is allowing us to identify all this great site traffic already using platforms that you already integrate with, like Klaviyo, Iterable, Braze, Amitra, and Digital. So reintroducing something we already have with a new name. The next slide, please. And before we can again talk about where we're going, we'll talk about what we have now. And again, this is active in all of your accounts. What we will do is identify your existing site traffic based on a bunch of different ways, whether they're clicking through from links from your email campaigns, they've opted in through our quizzes, our pop-ups. Maybe they were on the site a few months ago and they come back. We have all this technology built in place to get around those cookie expirations so we can re-remember them. Or we can look at data on your site, like are they logged in or not, to re-identify and ultimately personalize their on-site experience. So again, this is live today, and this is what we're calling Passport Recognize. And
This is
next
pretty
slide.
cool. This has been, yeah,
Oh,
this has been live for a while. This is really cool. This is really powerful. If you don't know about this, ping us and we should walk you through it. It's extremely effective. And so the reason why we love this so much is it already works with all your existing tools, especially if you're on Klaviyo, and we can just re-identify them and you're going to see a boost in conversion rate.
and we know, and as Rishi just mentioned, like once you know who's on your website, it just leads to better outcomes for you as a business and for your customers. Can personalize the experience. They're going to feel more affinity, so there'll be stronger retention. This leads to higher conversions and then ultimately improved lifecycle marketing. So that's the Digio you currently know. But let's talk about where we're going. So what's in beta right now is our next phase called Passport Recover. So once we recognize individuals, we can act on them. But for people we don't recognize out of the gate, we're going to try to recover more of that on-site traffic. And so this is using our new identification technology that we've built out and we're running with some customers to re-identify more anonymous site traffic that we will say, hey, is this site traffic, are they already opted in for email marketing or not? Or are they already a known contact or not? If they are, we can identify them. We can make them eligible for your existing flows. Again, the goal here is to identify more anonymous site traffic. We are not opting in new users here. We're just going to take the traffic that you're already paying to get to your site, determining if they're eligible for your email marketing or not, and then recovering them and making sure they're known to your ESP. And I guess I jumped the gun, but the reason we're building all of this is because we know as customers, you're spending a lot of time paying for ads, meta ads, Google ads to get people to your website. Whether you're running an e-commerce business, whether you're a publisher, a lot of your budget is going towards ad spend. And we want to make sure that when someone does get to your website, it's effective, it's efficient. We're personalizing the experience so they're getting to what they want better, faster, quicker. So that's why we're spending all this time on this.
We ask marketers like, what is your biggest need? And that is more revenue per traffic. So not having to increase traffic and get revenue increased per the existing traffic that you already have. And that's what this does, especially if the data is already in Klaviyo. And we want the highest converting email is always abandoned browse and abandoned cart. 90% of customers that we see, abandoned browse and abandoned cart are top two things. Number three is always the quiz flow that we're always excited about. But number one, number two is high intent emails like abandoned browse and cart. And so if we could just boost those emails by 10, 15, 20%, it's massive revenue increase. And that's the goal here with Recover. We want to identify more traffic and trigger those high intent flows.
And to give just a little bit of this diagram here to explain so you have some more context, is it essentially a waterfall approach. Recognize will still run the way that Digio currently does. And if we know someone, fantastic. Personalize the experience, get them into your Klaviyo or your email flows so you can send those abandonments. But hey, if they're not, we're going to look into our new technology and say, hey, do we get a match here? Do we know who this person is? If we do, hey, are they actually already a contact? Is there someone that's already eligible for your email marketing? Cool. If they are, let's recover them. Let's make them eligible for your flows again. Let's personalize the on-site experience. So all compliant, all opted in subscribers here, but it is increasing the reach of the site traffic that we now can identify and allow for you to drive more revenue from that.
And the big thing with recover is if it's not in Klaviyo, if it's not a match, we do nothing. We just stop right there. It's only people that are already opted in, already part of your Klaviyo experience. You just haven't tied those two identification pieces together.
And some great use cases here. So someone came to the site, Recover finds them. We figure out, hey, this is an active subscriber or someone that you should have already known, but their cookies expired. Well, this is an opportunity to say, hey, they're known, they're in your ESP. Let's now personalize the on-site experience. So it gets around when cookies do expire. And once someone is known, I see a question about what are some examples. Hey, if they're already known, perhaps show them a different variation of a campaign or a different variation of a quiz. Treat them as someone you already know instead of a new first-time visitor. And then even still, we can determine, hey, they're a contact in your ESP. So they previously were a member of your marketing program, but they opted out. Well, that means they still aren't eligible for email marketing in this case. But let's try to get them back into the program. Let's continue to get that list growing again. So a lot of great use cases where we can say, hey, they're not opted in for email marketing, but we know who they are now. Let's incentivize them to come back. Because once we get someone in our program and we can message them, we know they're going to have a higher lifetime value. And next. And then again, yes, great opportunity here for someone that we know, high value, VIP, they haven't engaged recently. Let's make sure that we can give them a better experience, get them re-engaged and flowing again through your program. So beta right now is primarily focused on Klaviyo. We've got a lot of great numbers here, and once we have those numbers, it's really easy to say, hey, this is working, right? That's with these betas, there's always testing. You know, hey, the numbers are really positive, and so we're rolling this out for Klaviyo, but we have a goal to add more ESPs very soon. Please reach out as well. We would love to get you enabled today if you are on Klaviyo. Feel free to reach out via the chat or through your CSM, and we'll get you turned on as quick as we can.
All right. Without the best part of this entire presentation is learning from McKenna. We learned from McKenna, by the way. So Digio is an infinitely flexible system, and we always are excited when we find someone that's teaching us and like showing us their innovation around Digio. And when I saw what McKenna was doing, we were just honored for her to be here, for her to share kind of her insights, what she's doing. I think you guys are going to learn a lot from her. And first of all, McKenna, thank you for being here. Thank you for teaching us.
Yeah,
You
thanks for
fuel
having me.
us. Yeah, this is awesome. And by the way, our customers fuel us. And I want to give it over to McKenna now.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. I'm McKenna. I am the email marketing specialist at Great Garden Plants. We are a direct-to-consumer online nursery, so we ship over 1,000 perennials, vines, shrubs all over the United States and Canada. So we started looking into Digio because we have such a broad range of products on our website, and we want our customers to be successful with what they purchase from us. So we started looking around at different companies that offered quizzes. And with the first meeting with Digio, there was so much more we could do with the on-site experience that it was kind of a no-brainer to go that way. So yeah, we've been loving it so far that we've been with Digio. But next slide.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So starting off, the quiz was the main thing. Why we joined Digio, well, we added Digio. And its main purpose really is to narrow down customers' choices for plants so they feel confident in their decision to purchase from us, that they're going to have plants that thrive in their garden. So we met as a team to kind of figure out the best questions that would lead to the best results for them, which is why we've had such a high conversion rate on it and a higher AOV, because the customers are feeling confident with their decisions after taking the quiz.
That's awesome. I kill everything, and so this is like perfect for me.
It's perfect. So with the quiz, what we added this year was this actually started off as trying to do an A/B test, talking with our CRM about CSM about different ways to test and using a discount code, and we ended up with this. So we have our quiz separated by if they are known or unknown to Klaviyo, which that integration has been amazing. The Digioh and Klaviyo just sharing the data back and forth. So if you're unknown to Klaviyo, so you're unknown to our email list, you're not signed up, you're going to get the quiz with 10% off your next order. So it encourages them to take the quiz and then sign up for our email list. And then if you're already an email subscriber, you're just going to get the normal quiz. It's going to give you your results. And then on the next slide, it'll show what flow you go into. So depending on if you're known or unknown, you get a different flow in Klaviyo. So Digioh takes all the data, sends it to Klaviyo, and if you were unknown, you took the quiz that was 10% off, you will get our welcome email with 10% off along with all your quiz results. So right off the bat, it's establishing a good relationship of they're getting the code, they're getting plants that they feel like they're going to be successful. And this is great just because if someone finds us through the quiz, it's just another way for them to sign up for our email list and start getting involved in our brand. If they're already a known subscriber, they're going to get just the quiz results so they can refer back to that anytime.
So cool.
This is one of my favorite parts. So all of the data we get from Digioh goes into Klaviyo, and everything is mapped to a different segment. So there's so many different areas of gardening, whether you're looking for plants for sun, shade, soil, small spaces, deer. And so it takes all the information and everything is mapped to a different segment. So we can use these segments to send emails to our customers that are more personalized than just a generic blast. So for example, if it's a site-wide sale, we might fit in an email that's talking about small spaces for the customers that have indicated that they are gardening in a small space rather than sending them something about a hedge or something like that. So it's been really great to see the two kind of interact in using the Klaviyo segments there. And the data also goes to Attentive, which we have an example on the next slide. So not only does it go to Klaviyo, it also goes to Attentive. So we can do the same thing with text that we do with email. This is an example from a shrub sale. I took the customers that said they had a problem with deer in their garden. Instead of sending them the regular all shrub link, they got a link to our collection for our certified deer-proof shrubs. So we're showing them that we're taking that data that they've given us and giving them real solutions to their problems.
And just check out the coupon code. It's no deer. That's pretty cool. That's next level personalization.
So the newest thing we've added is we added loyalty this spring. And we added our loyalty program with Smile. And Digioh also integrates with Smile, which has been amazing. So we've added these banners to our website. And using Digioh's identification, we can identify the user if they are a loyalty member, if they're logged in or not logged in, or if they're not a loyalty member. And they'll get a different banner depending on what their status is. So if they are a member, logged in or not, it'll get the welcome back VIP, welcome back McKenna, and give them the link to their points. And the link will take them to their loyalty hub. And then if they're not a loyalty member, they will get our banner that promotes the program, encourages them to join. This has been really great because we launched our loyalty program right before spring, which is our biggest season. So it's been amazing to integrate the two together.
It says welcome back, McKenna. It actually recognizes your name as well.
Yeah, I should have
Wow.
given you. Yes, it'll pull your name from Klaviyo actually, and then pull your points. And then it will if VIP is the fallback. So if it can't trigger that quickly or we don't have a name for that subscriber, it'll just say VIP.
Wow, very cool.
And then we've also added an exit intent this year. This has been really cool to see. So we have this showing only to our known members to Klaviyo. So it's just shown to the known members, and they have to have at least one item in their cart. And it's just a nudge for them to finish checking out. There's not a discount code. And if they don't convert, they still get the abandoned cart email from Klaviyo just because they're identified as a user. And then if they're not known, they will get our email capture with the 10% to sign up. So it's been really nice to, we can, depending on where you are in the customer journey, with our brand, is you get the correct pop-up for where you should be right there.
Wow. McKenna, this has been amazing. Uh, Guys, McKenna is a genius. I mean, using identification and like 3 to 4 integrations all at once is pretty impressive. And yeah, I wish all our customers did this. I mean, this is, and just seeing these numbers is music to my ears. I love the fact that you're leveraging every feature that we have, which we don't see that often. I wish we had more power users like you, and we appreciate you spending time with us. Guys, if you have any questions for McKenna, feel free to ask us in the chat. She's very knowledgeable about all things Digio, as well as outside of Digio, just marketing in general. Pretty advanced marketer. And then we just want to say thank you, McKenna, again. And I want to talk about our new referral program that we launched about 3 months ago, and it's been really successful for us. We want to find great customers, and we're offering a kind of referral incentive program. We've already had a bunch of referrals, so just want to say thank you to Zach of Cricket Shirts, Steven of Merritt, Matt at Overdrive, and Chris at Allbirds. Thank you so much for referring customers. Referring customers is everything to us. That means we're doing our job and then some. And so it kind of shows us like, hey, are we doing what we kind of set out to do as a company and with our mission? And are we going into our roadmap, Turner?
Yeah, we'll touch on a few more things around identification specifically. So we're going to focus on what we talked about, but extending it even further. And we want to make sure that all of our customers that use these new products really understand the impact of them. How are they moving the needle, driving performance, making it really easy for you to say to your team, hey, this is why we're using Digio. So giving you that level of clarity is really important to us. And I'll also say the agent that Rishi talked about earlier helps a lot of that now. So put in some prompts, ask about GA data. It's going to do a lot of that heavy lifting for you, but we want to take it even further. The next slide. Creating some net new dashboards specific to recognize, recover, and then another feature I'll talk about in a second called Grow, which is giving you all that data in beautiful visuals. These are currently in flight. These mocks are pretty true to what the current outcome will be. So very excited about that. But yeah, building new dashboards, been a common piece of feedback we've gotten from customers, is making those identification or passport dashboards more clear and easily to understand. The new dashboards coming, and then the last item I'll talk about today is Grow, the next phase of Passport. And this will be in beta in a few short weeks, maybe even a couple of weeks. And this is where we talked about earlier, our technology is finding emails of site traffic. And for Recover, we say, hey, do you know who this email is, ESP? And if the ESP says yes, cool, we can recover them. And that's what Passport Recover does. Well, in the scenario that we find this email, but they're not in the ESP, some customers have asked us to send that email to them anyways. Something that I know a lot of businesses want and some businesses do not want. But it is a feature that we are going to be offering very soon. It'll be available for US customers only. Very excited about this for brands that are looking for extra revenue growth and are using those on-site identities to trigger more high intent messaging like, hey, you were on site, we know who you are, you're adding products to your cart, we believe that you want this abandoned cart message. We're going to be offering that very soon as well. And we're really excited about this. And those dashboards I just talked about are going to help visualize all the data so you can see the impact of these 3 different identity features that we're rolling out has on your program. So very excited. And that's, I believe, the last slide I have on roadmap.
Yeah, and our vision for Passport Grow is kind of our vision for what we want to help with all e-commerce marketers is you have traffic come to your site, it's expensive. We want to make sure that we can get you value out of it. And so the idea here is we're going to recover an email address if they're known in our network. And then we're going to be able to target things like high intent emails, like abandoned browse and abandoned cart. Those are the highest, revenue per recipient usually. And we want to make sure those are firing in all cylinders. So that's the whole point of Grow. And we're really excited about it. And we're seeing great results as well. You guys made it. Thank you for being with us. We have another giveaway. Marissa's gonna put some prizes out there. Three great brands. My favorite one today, obviously, is Great Garden Plans. McKenna, thank you so much for being here. That was the best part of this session. We can't thank you enough for those learning lessons.
Yeah,
And
thanks for having me.
and guys, thank you for being a part of our webinar here.